Hi everyone, welcome. It is Wednesday. We are here on the WeCrochet Facebook page, YouTube channel. Got it right this time. We're starting off 2024 with a bang here, guys. We are back for another wonderful Wednesday chat with all of you. So as you come in, let us know who you are, where you're watching from, what you're working on. We always love to see it. My mom's here already. Hi, Mom. We were here last week. We talked about a brand new collection, and this week we have a collaboration we are so excited to share with you guys, and make sure you know all about it. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. Before we jump in, hi Julia, it's great to see you here today. I just want to remind everybody we do have a yarn sale going on. We have our Capretta and Capra sale going on right now. So Capra is a DK weight, Capretta is a fingering weight yarn. There's very luxurious yarns. They have cashmere in them. Let me see. Capretta, the fingering weight, is 80% superfine merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon. Capretta, which is our DK weight yarn, is 85% merino wool, 15% cashmere. They're absolutely phenomenal to work with. They are so soft, so just luxurious. Like if you wanted to get one of these yarns, now's a really good time to do it because they are 20% off. So you can go and grab those now while they're still on sale and then get started on a wonderful project. But yeah, so that's our wonderful sale right now. Hi, Chris. It is great to see you this morning. Well, I guess it's morning for you. I know you're West Coast, East Coast. We have now officially made the plunge into our afternoon, but it's still great to see you regardless. It's wonderful to have you here live. We still love when you watch the replay, even if you aren't able to make it live. Make sure you comment, chat. We'll be sure to get back to you and check out all of the different comments that you have. Hi, Michelle. Good morning to you as well. Okay, I'm going to bring our guest in because I don't want to waste another minute of the time that we have together today. Let me bring her on in. Hi, Ashley. For those of you who don't know, this is Ashley from Ophire Co, who makes these beautiful resin hooks. And we are so excited that we can finally announce. I mean, we kind of announced already, but this is the big announcement. We have teamed up for a collaboration with Ashley to bring her resin hooks over to our website. Right now we have one color. It is a signature color that you cannot get anywhere else. It is just a WeCrochet exclusive. Oh, there it is. It's called the Azure Shimmer Hook on our website. We're going to throw a link in there for you. If you guys love them and you're digging them, we'll be getting more. We'll get more colors, whatever you guys want. But we started out with our exclusive color that we made. You will find that there's a bunch of different sizes on the website, so you can buy them individually, or you can buy them together as a full set for all 10 sizes at a discounted price. So you can go ahead and check that out. We'll throw those links in there. Yeah, Chris says very exciting news. We 100% agree. We've been working on this for a while. We were so excited. And we got it all to work. Oh, we're so excited. Okay. So for those who don't know who you are, Ashley, could you give us a little bit of a background about how your business got started? Because I know the story, but not everybody else might know the story. And I totally think it's worth sharing.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so when starting off, I was a little girl and my grandma taught me to crochet. And throughout school and everything, I crocheted on and off. And once I got out of college and everything, I was struggling a little bit with anxiety and depression, and I just needed something else to kind of ease my mind and take my mind off of things. And so I picked up crochet again in 2016, end of 2016, and I haven't really stopped since.
We don't blame you.
So, and around those early years too, I decided to get into designing for knit and crochet. I knit and crochet. And so I did that for a few years, but it turns out I'm super, super slow at crocheting and knitting. And so I was just always behind the curve. And so I was like, you know what? I just want to make stuff for me. Yeah. But, I decided I still wanted to be, really a part of the community because I love the crochet fiber arts community and everything. And so I was like, what can I what are the things that can I do instead of designing? And I was like, you know what? I would love to have my own crochet hook, because I felt like there was no one crochet hook that had like all the features that I really liked. Like, you know,
Right.
there were hooks that I liked this piece about that and this about that, whether it be the hook head or the handle or whatever.
Right.
And so I just kind of designed a hook that I liked for me, but with also, you know, other people in mind, you know, using all those different features that I liked. And so I started it really as like a little side thing. I just was like, honestly, I was just trying to make a little extra money, you know, on the side. I didn't really think much into it. And then like it just kind of blew up and just totally exceeded my expectations. And so I was working full time while I was, you know, still starting the company and everything. And back in the spring of last year, I got let go from my job, and I didn't want to go back to another crappy employer of something I didn't really want to do. And so I just kind of went all in full time on Ophire, and it just totally exceeded my expectations. And I'm so thankful for like all the support I've gotten from people and everything. So, and it's just in such a short amount of time, it's just kind of crazy. So,
Well, we're
yeah.
so glad that although it was a bad time for you with being let go, like it turned into this wonderful thing, and that we could work together on this. So well, let's say that the hooks are a resin hook.
Yes.
So the resin throughout, it's one solid piece. Like you don't have like a metal tip or a wood tip or anything.
No.
It's just all resin. So was resin your favorite medium to use when you went into this? Or, you know, were you working with more of different hooks just because that's what was available? And then you kind of decided to get into the resin, or kind of how did that come about with that, with resin?
Yeah, I felt like resin was kind of the easiest to get into. And also, obviously, like I love super like colorful things. And so I wanted like, you know, big sparkly like line of different colors that like, you know, everyone can have a choice in what color they like. And so that's kind of why I went with resin to begin with. So
Yeah, well, we loved it because when we were talking about it, you're like, well, what color do you want? Do you want glitter? Do you want sparkle? Do you want
yeah.
shimmer? Like, there were so many different options of what you could put into it. And we'll say that, so the color, again, that we have on our website is exclusive to WeCrochet. It is our branded colors with a nice shimmer in it, and it's really beautiful. But you can find that Ashley has all of these birthstone colors that you can get hooks in each of the birthstones for every month. She's got a whole bunch of other things on her website. So you can go ahead and check those out too if you're looking to kind of fill in your collection of hooks, or you want to get something really special for somebody. You could get one of the birthstone hooks and things like that. So lots and lots of different options that are available. So I personally end up using a lot of metal hooks just because I don't know, it's what's kind of been out there and kind of what I've gravitated to, because I was never into the wood. I'll use a wood hook, just not my favorite. So can you tell us a little bit more about like what you find to be a benefit of using a resin hook and what makes the Ophire hook so special? Because I know when you look at it, like you said, you were kind of, I don't know, almost Frankensteining together the different pieces
exactly.
all the different hooks. And like I know it has a little bit of a sharper point to it than any other resin hook that's out there. And you know, the body feature is there. So can you tell us a little bit about what into that planning and kind of what pieces you put together to make these hooks?
Yeah, so I really wanted something that on the handle, it wasn't going to be like too cumbersome for your hand, and it was going to be more of like a slim, so that both like knife and pencil holders could find it comfortable. Because I feel like some, and you know, some people with like arthritis and stuff, they need that really big, those like handles that go on there. But just for like in general, that's kind of like where I came to on the handle. And like,
I mean, that can be tough too. because people like, depending on if you're a knife or a pencil hold, you do
Mhm.
hold it slightly different. And I do know people who kind of switch back and forth just to give their
Mhm.
hands like a break. So I love that it works for both ways of holding your hook.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, and then on to the tip. I'm trying to like figure out where it's best you can see it. The tip, like I have always wanted, like I've used some Tunisian crochet hooks and I really like the hook heads, and that's kind of where the hook head came from for this. Because I'm like, why don't we have a pointed tip on just regular crochet hooks? Like it's so much, you can insert it so much easier into stitches. And so I'm like, well, that's like a no-brainer. So that's where we got our pointed hook head, and then the inline design as well. We can't really, I know a lot of people like the tapered, but it doesn't really work for resin. It really only works for metal. And so that's where we have the inline. But I used to be like a tapered diehard, but ever since I went to inline, I just like the deeper throat because I
Yep.
don't drop stitches as much. And I really like that about it. So
Yeah,
I'll probably never go
definitely my taste too. Like it just holds it so much easier. You can get into your flow faster.
right.
Personal preference though, everybody's allowed to like what they like,
Right.
but yeah, I definitely like it. Chris is saying a pointed inline is a sweet combo. We
Yeah.
agree. Jen is also here saying, thank you for sharing your story, Ashley. I've been following you over the years and I have all of your hooks.
Oh my God.
Congratulations on how far you have come.
Thank you so much. That's so sweet.
That is. So yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think when I actually found you. I mean, it was a while. It was probably very close to the beginning of when you got started. And it's just been amazing to see how much growth and the journey and how much everybody loves them. Liz is saying they work so well with getting into the small stitches. And that's what's, really a great thing. It's a lot easier to get into a stitch when you are working with the thicker, the chunkier yarns. But when you
Mhm.
start to get into your thinner yarns, which we're
Yeah.
definitely seeing is becoming more of a trend, it does get harder if you have more of a rounded hook.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, and when I'm a little bit on the tighter end on my tension, and so that's another big reason why, like, it helps me get into stitches,
right.
and yeah, so
Yeah. Something else I really like about these hooks is that because of the way you've designed them, the handle is the same for all of the hook sizes. So
Mhm.
a lot of times you'll see that as the hooks get smaller, so does the handle and the grip that you're holding onto. These
Mhm.
are so wonderful because once you fall in love with that handle, you have the same thing for every hook size that you're going
Yeah,
to use. So it makes it really comfortable to get to work with it. And you don't have to worry about as you get smaller, your hook handle is going to get smaller, which can then
right.
fatigue your hand. So
Yeah,
I love that too, that you've kept that consistent. And really, it's only the top of it that's changing based off of whatever size, you have for that
yeah,
project.
that's a good point. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also the length. The length was a big thing too on the design. I didn't want something that was gonna dig into like your palm,
Mhm.
but also something not too long to where you can still have that good control going into your
Right.
stitches. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, we totally understand that. I mean, when we did our recent hooks, that was a huge deal for us was getting that length. I mean, I don't think I have very large hands or anything, but I did run into a lot of problems with hooks that they
Mhm.
dig into your hand right here.
Yeah,
And after a while, it just really starts to bother you.
it hurts.
So
Yeah.
personally, I agree. And like a slightly longer hook handle, which is always great.
Yeah.
Chris is saying that a standard handle size on ergonomic hooks is so appreciated by those of us with hand problems. Yeah, it's not even people with hand problems either. It's just if you want to crochet for a long period of time,
Right.
having something that you're not like pinching with your fingers and
Yeah.
fighting with to get into your stitches makes a huge difference in the
Yeah.
longevity of what you can do at one period of time.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and I just
Yeah.
felt like, with those standard, like just metal straight hooks, like I never could get even tension. Like I don't know what it was,
Mhm.
but like it was always super tight in the beginning and then like, you know, bigger towards the end. And so that's
Right.
where I feel like the ergonomic handle really like makes a difference with your tension too. and just keeping it even all the way across your work.
Yeah. So one of the things too that we often get questions about when people are asking about hooks is it labeled on the hook what size it is?
Oh.
Am I going to have to go ahead and measure it every time I want to use it? What kind of packaging does it come in? And I know the packaging for these is awesome, that you're going to want to keep around to keep everything safe. But can you tell us a little bit about the sizing, if it's on the hook, kind of that kind of information that you have?
Yeah, I totally forgot to bring a tube, but as far as the sizing, we do have it engraved on each hook. So we have both the millimeter and the letter size. So this is a 10 millimeter N. And so you're not going to have any problems with it rubbing off or anything like that, because it's engraved in there. So you don't have to worry about trying to size it or anything yourself. And thank you to my assistant.
That's so great.
We ship all of our hooks in these little plastic tubes. So it's a complimentary thing that comes with all of our hooks. And for our smaller sizes, we put a little protective like foam piece at the top, and they just drop right in, and it stays super protected. Like I've had like hooks show up to people, and it's like the tube will break before the hook breaks. And so we really want it to stay really protected when we ship them. And it's also like a great thing you can use to like throw in your bag when you take your project wherever. So it's like a cool like extra thing in there.
Yeah, I love it. Liz also said the packaging for these hooks is amazing. I love reusing materials, and they work great for travel. I agree. When we saw that was kind of the packaging, like a standard packaging for everything, we were super excited, because a lot of times, especially when you get a single hook versus a set, the packaging isn't always as great. And like, you know, you want to protect these hooks. You want to take care of them, because resin does have a tendency that if you drop it just the right way, it could break. So if you keep it in your tube, you're going to protect it. You're going to get a wonderful, you know, use out of it and everything else. And I love that it's like a small enough tube that you can put it into your bag. You don't have to have like a full case with you to protect things, or whatever else. So it's really, really great. You can write what it is on it. It has a little hanger thing on it. You could even hang things or set them out. There's so many options, and it really is just a really great tool to have to be able to travel with your hooks and keep them safe.
And a really cool thing one of our customers did that he showed me, he painted the end of each one to show what color hook was in it, which I thought is like a cool little like thing.
Yeah, that's awesome, because keeping it organized is all part of the process of having a gazillion hooks, right?
Yeah.
We should also say that if you love the Ophire hooks, on our website, we only have the hooks right now. But if you go to the Ophire website, you can find some other tools that they have available that are also made out of resin. So you can check those out too. Some hook gauges, some hook stands, some different things like that, that would also be really great to pair with your hooks, whether they're the Ophire hooks or other hooks that you have and you just might want to display them. So you can totally go check those out over on the Ophire website, which I think we already put a link in, but we can throw it in again. Simone says that I wrote the size on the bottom of my tubes. And Liz also said she paints the, I painted mine to customize them. So probably the ends of the tube as well. So that's such an awesome idea. We love it.
Yeah.
So we know you've made a lot of growth, and it's been amazing.
Is
there anything we can tease about that's coming up in 2024, like new colors, new products? What's coming for Ophire? What do we have to look out for?
Yeah, so we've completed at least one birthstone color for each month. There are a few other months that have multiple birthstone colors, so we'll definitely be working on those this year. But we're kind of looking into more other materials to work with on new lines of hooks. So I'm super excited to get into that. And we're also just trying to expand on our accessories and stuff. I'll show you. I have my little glitter hook stand here with some of our birthstone colors back here. So these have been super popular, which it's super cool. We found this material to be able to do that. But yeah, we're just trying to, like, my fiance and I work together, and he's kind of my back end engineer, and he's really helped me engineer a bunch of things, and we want to just expand on that. So yeah.
I love it. That is so exciting. Yeah, we've definitely loved seeing you go from just hooks into all the other pieces. I think I saw like a teaser about a wood hook, maybe.
Oh yeah.
And some other things. So make sure you follow on Instagram, because that's where you're going to find all of the details and see all of the new colors. We love the birthstone. So the birthstone is planning on staying around. That's going to be like a staple for the business. And then you'll have other colors, as we go through. So it's one of those things where you can totally collect, maybe you get one hook from every birthstone, so you have a full like birthstone thing, or maybe you get all of them for your birthstone, or whatever you want to do. But it really does leave so many different options out there for creating a set that's perfect for you. Oh, Joy is saying, I hope January is a great red. It looks like Joy not checked out the birthstone colors yet and is on her way over to check them out. So that'll be awesome. Yeah, so we love that so much. We're so excited to get to partner with you and everything else. Is there anything else that I forgot? Sometimes I talk and then forget things. I think we covered everything we wanted to.
Maybe my name. A lot of people are like, what is that name?
Yes, let's talk about where Ophire came from.
So it's so funny. Like, I'm probably outing myself, but I used one of those like AI name generator things. And this was before, like, this was like super early stages of business. And I feel like business names are like the hardest thing to come up with. And so this Ophire came up, and I'm like, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together, but I was starting my birthstone line. And I'm like, you know what? This is like perfect. It has, so Sapphire's blue was our first birthstone color we released. And then my birthstone is opal. And so it's kind of a play on opal and sapphire together.
I love it.
Oh, it's perfect.
That is awesome. Yeah. I love that. That's such a great story. You need to share that more places, because I didn't know that. And I've been following for a while. I mean, maybe I missed it. Granted, maybe
I'm like a little weird about, like, is this like a weird way to like come up with my name?
You're right. It is so hard to come up with a business name and a business name that's not like Ashley's Crochet Hooks. And then all of a sudden now you're doing all these other tools and stuff. And so your business name doesn't make sense anymore. So I really love that. I think it's
I definitely didn't want to keep it to just crocheting, because I would like to get into knitting needles and even Tunisian. There's just a lot more involved in doing that. So that's like down the line, but yeah.
So Liz also commented, I bought my mom a set of crochet hooks with all of her grandkids' birthstones.
Oh,
I love that idea. That is so cool. Jen has an idea for you, an opal and sapphire swirl hook.
Oh my God, that would be so pretty. I have the two together. There's opal sapphire, but that would be really pretty. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Like the branded for you hook. I love it. Yeah. Chris is saying that sapphire is also her birthstone, so that's awesome. And Michelle loves the story about your business name. So yeah, it's really cool. I love getting to hear all the behind the scenes stuff. Like, even if you don't think, like, not just you, but as a maker, like, it's just a story, it's no big deal. I don't know. It's just so fun to hear how it all came about, kind of that connection to everything. It's so fun.
Thanks.
Yeah. So thank you. Oh, Liz says if you do that, you have to call it the Jen. LOL. We were so excited to have you join us today. We're so excited to have this partnership with you. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to chat with us. I do want to remind everybody to go check out the Ophire Co website. Make sure to follow Ophire Co on Instagram. Are you on Facebook? I don't know. I follow you mostly on
Yeah,
Instagram.
I'm on mostly everything, but I'm like more active mostly on Instagram than anything else.
Yeah, that's where I see you the most. And then don't forget to check out our hooks that are this special color branded just for us. We're super excited about it. We hope you guys love it too. Again, you can buy them individually in 10 different sizes, or you can get them as a set for a slightly discounted price if you go ahead and grab them all at once. If they sell out, we will try to get some more in for you guys if you're absolutely loving them. We're so excited, and hopefully this can be a long relationship if everybody is loving our color that we picked out. So
yeah, I'm super excited to work with you guys, and I hope we can continue and come up with new things.
I am sure we will come up with lots of other things to do. If it's not that exact color, we will come up with something.
Totally.
So thank you, everybody. Reminder that we will be here next week on Wednesday, same time, same place. You can follow us then. You can always watch a replay or go back and catch up if you would like. And we're so excited you were here, and have a great rest of your day. Hopefully you'll get some stitching in. Thank you so much, Ashley. And we'll talk to everybody later. Have a great day.
Bye.